rich gourd is a popular Gujarati shaak, and it is grown on a vine, just like zucchini or any other squash. And my husband is growing it in the yard right now, so we have a lot of them. And I'm going to show you how to make a super easy Gujarati shaak, which is called Turiya and Moong Dal shaak, which is essentially just rich gourd and Moong Dal, and super easy to make in the Instant Pot and so delicious and nutritious. So let me show you how to make it. It's very important to soak the Moong Dal before you cook it. You can tell that the dal is soaked when you grab one and you're able to cut through it with your nail, just like that. Normally you want to soak it for 4 to 8 hours or even up to overnight, but I didn't have that much time today, so I soaked it in hot water for about an hour, and it is ready to go. So this is the rich gourd. I'm going to cut both ends off, and I'm also just going to cut it in the middle to make it easier to use. This is what it looks like on the inside. And we're going to peel it. And you take the ridges off when you peel it. All the ridges come off, and that's okay. Seems kind of sad, but it's okay. Okay. Do the same with the second ridge gourd. Cut it into quarters, and then 1/2-inch pieces. This is pretty skinny, so I'm just going to leave it in halves. Just try to get the pieces as evenly sized as you can. I'm just chopping the chili. I'm going to use 2, so let me grab another one. And these are homegrown chilies that Steve grew for us in the yard. And I believe they are Mathana chilies from India. Also have some garlic here. Coarse chop. I'm just going to run my knife through it one more time to make them a little bit more even. Okay, that's good. Just also going to chop the cilantro for the end for the garnish while I'm chopping other things. And this is completely optional. If you have the soap gene and you don't like cilantro, skip it. It's no big deal. And let me grab the Instant Pot and we'll get started making the shaak. I've set the electric pressure cooker to saute mode, and I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of oil and let that heat up. Right. Test to see if the oil is ready. If the oil starts sizzling as soon as the cumin seed goes in, it is ready. This is taking a while, so not quite there. Okay, test again, and that looks pretty good. So I'm going to add about a teaspoon of cumin seeds. You can also add 1/2 cumin and 1/2 mustard seeds if you like. I'm going to add some hing asafoetida and some freshly chopped garlic. Give that a good stir. Let the garlic start cooking. And then add the ginger paste. Okay, give that a few seconds. And everything looks like it is cooking nicely. And the garlic is starting to get a little golden. So I'm going to add the Moong Dal. So this is rinsed and drained Moong Dal. We're just going to cook this a little bit so that the Moong Dal gets a little toasted. It'll be about a minute or 2. Okay, I'm starting to smell the aroma of the moong dal now, so this is good. It's been about a minute and a half, so this is looking good, and it's starting to stick, which I definitely don't want. So I'm just going to scrape them up and add the Turiya or the ridge gourd. And then we're just going to add the rest of the ingredients. So I have my green chilies. And add some turmeric. And add some red chili powder. And add a nice big tablespoon of dhana jeeru. I'm adding the black pepper. This is not typically traditional. My grandmother and mom did not add black pepper, but I've been adding black pepper to anything that I use turmeric in lately. So you can choose to add it or not, up to you. Also gonna add salt, definitely to taste. Give this a good mix. We're going to add a tiny bit of water, about a quarter cup. The ridge gourd has a lot of liquid in it and it'll release a decent amount of water, so we don't need much, just a little bit to get things going until the ridge gourd releases its liquid. Okay, this looks fantastic. I'm going to add the lid. I'm going to cook it for 5 minutes on high pressure. Okay, that looks perfect. Okay, that looks perfect. I'm just gonna garnish this with some cilantro. The shaak is ready, so let's taste it. So good. It's creamy. The texture from the ridge gourd is just adds so much interest, and it's spicy and it's just garlicky and delicious. So if you like dal and if you like squash, this is such a beautiful pairing. The moong dal gives it just a beautifully creamy texture, and the ridge gourd or the Turiya have this unique squashy texture that's just pairs so beautifully together. Delicious. You can make this shaak more similar to how my grandma used to make it by adding a little bit of sour and sweet. So you can add either some lemon juice or some tamarind or even kokum to the shaak while it's cooking, and a little bit of gourd, about a tablespoon, and you can see the recipe notes for that if you like. But I make it the way my mom makes it, without the sweetness and the sour added. But it's your choice. There you have it. Turiya and magnidar nu shaak.